My name is Tiffany Rose Thomas. Welcome to part 2 of Hair and Makeup with me for my 2015 calendar. So once again, I have stuff everywhere like I normally do. It's the second day of the calendar shoot. We did 3 looks last time. I did my makeup again before we start with the hair. The only differences this time, it's the exact same makeup that I did last time that I showed you. All I did was change the color of the lips. I have pink lips on this time, and it's more of like a reddish gold rather than a goldish brown eyeshadow. And the lashes are just slightly different. They're a little bit thicker. So I've got what I'm doing this time for my hair. I'm kind of trying to match it up with what shoot I'm doing for which month, because I'm doing my calendar. So I'm doing a construction set, so I'm not going to be wearing the hat necessarily, so I just kind of have to see what goes with that. There's all different little quick tricks that I do. Let's see, there's a crimper that we can do. There's a 1-inch curling iron that I actually use this all the time. And then I have a straightener, and the one I'm going to use today, it's more of like a 1/2-inch curling iron. It's kind of broken, but for what I'm using it for today, it'll work perfectly. I'm going to kind of do these curls that are kind of like waves, which I was actually taught this by one of my favorite makeup artists, Amelia Klein. She's the best, and she taught me a lot of tricks along the way when I started out years ago. So we're going to be doing that. So I've already got it heated up, and we'll just start from there. All I really need for this is a brush, the curling iron, hairspray, and bobby pins. You can do so much with bobby pins. It's crazy. So let's get started. So that's really the differences with the makeup. It's really subtle. Like I said, this is my go-to makeup. It's really simple. And by the way, I just wanted to point out my hair is usually much, much longer than this. Last year I kind of cut it by accident, and it's usually like down to here. So yeah, this is not usually usually my hair is much longer to work with. So just have to wait for that to grow back now, which sucks. Anyway, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can start by spraying a little bit lightly all over your hair, or you can start the curls and spray after and then tease it up. I don't really know which way I'm going to do it yet. I kind of just, every shoot I do when I have to do my own hair and makeup, I make the decisions right then and there. It's always spur of the moment. I never really know, because I never went to school for makeup artists and hair or anything like that. So I just make it up as I go, and it's worked out for me. Like I said, for people who ask me questions on my fan site and everything, I just kind of do what I learned along the way and what works best for me, and you could do the same. What works for me might not work for you. So let's see. And then also my hair, it also depends on how your hair is. Like, it could be curly, it could be straight, like to begin with. My hair, it's weird. Like, I've had curly hair like my whole life, and when I had a baby, it's not as curly anymore. Like, when I get out of the shower, like if I scrunch it right away, like it'll stay naturally curled, but if I brush it and like air dry it, it'll be more wavy. So this is after like straightening it with a hair blower, just FYI. So what I'm doing is, okay, so my hair is taking pretty good right now with curl. So what this is, it's not like the actual regular curl. It's kind of, you don't open the curling iron at all. So watch what I'm doing. It's you just grab little pieces of the hair, like probably about 1 inch wide, And you don't open the curling iron, you just start it at the top and wrap it around like that. And you just hold it. And everybody's hair is different. Sometimes you have to hold it longer if your hair doesn't curl that easy, but I just washed mine, so usually when you wash it and dry it, it curls easier. So we have these cute little wave curls, which we'll do something with in a minute. I'll probably look like Shirley Temple for a minute. So when I was a toddler, my hair was so curly, and my mom used to make me look like Shirley Temple. It looked exactly like her hair. It was short and curly. So let's see. Yeah, they're looking pretty good so far. Sometimes I start getting lazy with it and start going faster, but we'll see. I'm probably more perky this time because it's nighttime this time, and last time it was like earlier in the day. I'm kind of a night owl, so. And they're not all going to be exactly the same, and that's okay. It really just depends on what you're going for. These shoots are kind of just whatever I want. Sometimes you have modeling jobs or gigs where you have to look a certain way, have hair a certain way, and they're really specific. But this is kind of just how I want to do it. So you just keep wrapping them around. Yeah, makeup I can get down to about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes if I'm doing pretty good at it. And then hair, depends on what it is, but I try to do it pretty quick. Try to save the most time for the actual shoot itself and posing. And another trick I've learned for just while we're sitting here waiting for me to curl all of these, for posing and things like that, because I don't have time to respond to everybody individually who send me questions, but this is kind of a good way for me to give you guys little tips that I've learned along the way. As far as posing, I know it sounds kind of silly, but sometimes the best way to do it is just pose in front of the mirror, and what looks good in the mirror is going to look good on a photo. So that's kind of a trick that I've learned. And you kind of look stupid, but if you're by yourself, it's not too bad. Just pose different ways in the mirror and you'll learn what poses are your favorite. That's kind of how I learned along the way, plus watching people that I looked up to. When I first started out, my biggest idols were probably Sabina Kelly, Dana Deluxe, Violet. Let's see, I'm trying to remember her last name. A lot of the Viva Las Vegas girls. I even sent them messages when I was first starting out for tips, and none of them really responded except for one. It was Violet Fiore, it was the one who responded to me, so thank you. And what she told me was just to, there's this huge modeling site, it's called modelmayhem.com. That's kind of where I started at. You just put up, you probably have to pay for one like professional session of photos. And by the way, I just burn myself. Sometimes that happens, but it's okay. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Model Mayhem, you can pay for a really good set of photos, like whatever you want to do, pinup or alternative, etc., whatever your focus is or what your goal is. Do a really good set of photos with instruction on posing. And it's probably expensive. I mean, it could be $4.95 plus another $150 for hair and makeup. It could be more. Depends. But I know a lot of really great, amazing makeup artists and photographers, so if you ever need recommendations, I can let you know. And we're almost done with one side. Okay, see if we can do quick on the other side. Yeah, it's really nice when you get to sit in a chair and have someone do your hair and makeup, but I get really picky sometimes, so I like to do it myself sometimes too. It sucks because I just went on this other shoot over the last weekend and I got a whole bunch of bug bites because the location was in the middle of some Moapa desert and there was snakes that we were holding and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, I got these like 6 bug bites on my legs and they hurt so bad, but that's okay. There's always tricks around all that. All right, we're getting there. And usually I put on music if I get bored. Put in headphones if you're in the middle of somewhere doing your own hair and makeup. Yeah, I'm going to restructure my website actually. I'm going to be selling prints and the calendar that I'm doing right now and all kinds of things. So I'll be putting updates on my Facebook page. I have a fan page on Facebook. I'll put all the updates on there for my website updates and then for all the stuff that's coming up as far as films and modeling gigs, fashion shows, etc. And I'm still doing piercings too at my tattoo shop. I co-own a tattoo shop, Lucky Cat Tattoo, and I do piercings there and manage it. I've been really busy lately, so I haven't been there as much, but the clients that I do have, they usually just stick with me and they'll wait for me and make an appointment. And we're almost there. Yeah, it's real simple. I mean, it makes really good curls. You just wrap it around the barrel and hold it. Pretty simple. Just do that all around your hair. And like I said, you can spray it. I usually use the aerosol spray. I know it's bad for the environment, but I don't use a lot of it instead of the pump spray just because it always works better for me. And like I said, these are just my preferences. And then even when you think you're done, sometimes there's like a few stragglers that you gotta redo. Just have to check if it's all. Sometimes you gotta look at the other mirror in the back and see if you missed any. Okay, so I've got most of the curling done. So now we're gonna go back and to give it some volume, I'm gonna tease it up a little bit. So to do that, you just take a section, and I never really know how I'm gonna do it. I'll probably end up just clipping the sides up or clipping the whole top up, probably the sides. Because the hat's more of just gonna be a prop, so, all right, so you just take a section up, spray a little bit, take a brush, tease it, just go back and forth. It doesn't feel very good, but it gives it volume. Do the same on the other side. So it looks weird right now, but it'll look glorious in a second. So, in the back. Okay, so I've got the volume now. So now I'm going to, by the way, that really hurt. I totally wasn't paying attention and burned myself. You're supposed to run it under cold water, but I didn't. That's not that bad. Okay, so let's see. I guess I could leave some down. Like I said, I always decide this right when I'm doing it. You can twist it a little bit and kind of pop it up. And the trick with bobby pins, you can put one and then I always crisscross another one and then it's really stable. So just push it up more again to give it volume. Cross over the other one. You can even pull it up a little bit. So there's one side. Do the same on the other. Keep a little bit down. Take one side back, twist it around, pop it up for volume. Put one, and then another one. It's funny talking about this because I've been doing this for so many years that it just comes naturally to me. So it's interesting explaining how to do these normal things that I always do. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then I go around and spray the rest of it, just lightly. Because I still do care about the environment, so I try not to do too much. And that's it. Now I'm ready to go do some photos. Join me for the next session. This is going to be a few-part section. I'm going to do different types of hair in the same video. So stay tuned for the next one.